Hi everyone, Melissa Wick here. Thank you for joining me for class today and welcome to the channel. This is a 30-minute yoga practice where we will energize and open up with some postures to release tension, maybe build a little bit of heat, and then we'll ground down and wind down with some postures to open up the hips, more of a yin inspired part of practice, and finish off with a delicious Shavasana, coming back to our intentions, perhaps a dedication for someone, and really take the pause to connect our mind, body, and hearts. So get into something comfortable. Also, I'd like to say, if you like these videos, then subscribe to the channel so you know when a new one is ready for you. Like them and comment. I love to hear from you. Share it with your friends. I really do appreciate that a lot. So let's get the practice started. Let's begin today's practice in child's pose. So we'll get onto the knees, toes touch, knees wide. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat and rest your forehead and heart toward the mat. Let's take 2 deep collective breaths together. So we'll inhale through the nose, let your belly and chest expand. And exhale out of the mouth, HA sound. One more time, fully inhale, breathe life into your body. And exhale, release tension. Let it go. And just closing the lips here. Tune into the natural rhythm of your breath. Letting yourself fully arrive here and establish that connection with your inhales and your exhales. As you inhale, you're inviting in a sense of invigoration and energizing energy. And as you exhale, there's a sense of letting go and grounding. Feel your body start to become a little more heavy and supported by the earth. And perhaps here you'd like to set an intention for your practice. And if not, if an intention doesn't come to you, maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice to someone. On your next exhale, release your intention out or dedication out to allow it to manifest. As you move through this practice, allow your breath to lead you through your movements and stay tethered with your awareness, being fully present. This time is here for you. Nice and slowly, we're going to bring ourselves to tabletop position, knees underneath the hips, spreading your fingers wide. And we'll start with either traditional cat-cow, or if you want something a little more dynamic, you can start to make circles here with your head and your hips. There is no wrong or right way. You move the way your body wants to move. Maybe you close your eyes, stay close to your breath, and just feel these first moving postures, going as slow or as fast as you'd like, as big or as small as you'd like. So you're moving a little more intuitively. If you're going in one direction, you can start to change the direction. Good. Finishing off your last circle, or wherever you are, coming back to center. We're going to tuck the toes underneath and we're going to hover the knees just a couple inches off of the mat. So draw your belly button in towards the back of the spine. You're gently pushing the floor away from you, so there's gentle puffing in the back. If this is too much on your wrists, make fists, strong fists. Your gaze is just down to the mat here. So keep drawing in the navel. Find your breath. You might start to feel some heat. We're just igniting the core here so we can feel supported as we move. If your thoughts become a little loud, just make the breath louder. You got this. One more cycle of breath. Gently release your knees down. Take a cow. So release your belly, tilt your pelvis, open the chest. And then tuck your toes underneath and exhale, push up and back to downward facing. Maybe first down dog of the day. Certainly of the practice. You can start to pedal out the knees. Take your dog for a walk. Long, long spine. So your sit bones are reaching up and back. Wrap the upper arms around and in. Broaden the upper back. Draw in the belly. Release any excess tension in your head and your neck. Find stillness in your dog. Steady your gaze. Good, now we're going to inhale, lift your heels, come forward to a high plank, nice and smooth. As you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows toward the back of the mat, shift slightly forward, and slowly lower so the whole body touches the mat roughly around the same time. Point your toes, roll the shoulders onto your back. Inhale, tops of the feet, press down, cobra. Chest open, show your heart. Exhale, lower. Haul the air out. Inhale again, elbows in, soften the shoulders, heels of the hands toward you, heart forward and up. Exhale, lower down. Last time. Inhale, roll up, shoulders on the back, pinky sides of the toes grounded, and exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes underneath. Inhale, you're going to push up through table or through high plank, and exhale, downward facing. You can take an exhale out of the mouth, HA sound, whenever you need to cleanse or you feel like you got to release something. Always available to you. Bend your knees, look between your hands, walk or step to the top of your mat and fold, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, smooth breath, halfway lift, roll the shoulders onto your back. So your sit bones reaching back, chest open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. Back body and legs strong. Arms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a cycle of breath here. Feet nice and grounded. Tall spine. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold all the way down here. You're going to bend your knees. Bring your hands, interlace them behind you. Roll the shoulders onto the back. And let your arms fall forward as it feels okay. Release your neck. Draw in the navel. You can keep the knees bent, or if you want to straighten them, that's all right too. Breathe into your belly. Enjoy this beautiful opening in the chest, maybe the shoulders, maybe the hamstrings. Just creating space in your body. Releasing tension. Find ease within you as you move through your practice. Releasing your hands, inhale, halfway lift, maybe fingertips to your shins or quads, use that as traction. Exhale, we fold. We're going to rise again. Inhale all the way up, sweep the arms. And this time we'll exhale, right arm down by your side, left arm up and over, side stretch just for a cycle of breath. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over to the left, chest open. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down by your side, Utkatasana. Sit back in your chair, arms, biceps by the ears or hands in front of you, palms face down. And gently engage your glutes, firm your outer ankles, draw the navel in, chest open, upper back is stabilizing to support you here. Steady your gaze. Maybe you sink your seat a little lower, hug your shin bones back, relax your shoulders. Good, now we're going to fold all the way down. You're going to step the left foot all the way back and your left knee comes down, low lunge. You're going to hook your thumbs, sweep the arms out. So there's the gentle tugging of the thumbs apart, your tailbone's lengthening down, softening the shoulders, and zip up your low belly. Open, proud chest, open heart. Release, exhale. Your hands come down, tuck your left toes under, power up your back leg nice and strong. Left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Keep your hips stable, you're just twisting from the rib cage. Left shoulder comes down away from the ear, gentle squeezing of the shoulder blades. Right hip lowers as left hip lifts, expanding your wing. You're going to release your right hand down. As you do that, your right leg's going to lengthen, modified pyramid. Come onto your fingertips or blocks. Your right hip is pulling back in space. You're staying on the ball of the left foot. Ground down through your big right toe mound. Maybe you find some length in your spine here. Soften the shoulders. Breathe into your hamstring. Now rebend your right knee, gaze forward, fingertips forward, weight into your right foot. Inhale, step into it, left leg rises. And exhale, lower the left leg beside the right and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, cleanse. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Continue, inhale, sweep up, little half sun salutations. Exhale, we fold down. Good. And then we're going to step the right foot back this time. Right knee comes down, low lunge. Hook your thumbs in the opposite way. Gentle pulling apart of the thumbs. Soften the shoulders. Your chest is shining bright, your heart. Tailbone lengthens down, zip up the low belly. Steady your gaze. Feel the posture. On an exhale, we'll take our hands down, tuck your right toes under, lengthen the back leg. Left heel draws back, right toes forward, right hand stays down, twist. Twist from your rib cage, hips stay level. Open up your wing. Soften the shoulders. Really engage your back leg. Lower the left hand. As we do that, we're going to lengthen the left leg, modified pyramid. So you're on the ball of the right foot, your left hip's drawing back. It's going to want to kind of come forward. Maybe hands on fingertips or blocks. So there's a lift in your sternum. Ground down through the big left big toe mound. Breathe into your hamstring. And don't forget about the lengthening in the spine as much as you can. If you need to micro bend the front leg, that's okay. Okay, now we're going to bend the left knee, arms go on the inside of the left leg, Skandasana to the right. So you're going to lift your hips slightly up, turn your right heel in, so both toes are out on an angle, walk your hands to the back of your mat, right knee bends, left leg long. Make sure your right knee's tracking in line with your right toes. Your hands could come on blocks or stay on the ground. Or maybe you have the strength, so as long as you're not dumping all your weight here, you're still keeping integrity in the legs. Maybe you want to bring the hands into prayer if you want to add a little bit more fire. Your left toes can stay down or toes toward the sky as long as the left knee's facing up. So we're engaged here, but not holding and gripping. So there's a dance and a balance between softness and engaging. Now we're going to walk our hands and bend the left knee over to the front of the mat now. Right leg extends, other side. Getting into the inner lines of the legs and the groin. Good. Now you're going to lift your hips and square yourself back. All 10 toes forward. Take your hands down. Step back, downward facing. Let's invite in a flow. Inhale, come forward. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga, come halfway down or come to your belly. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Engage the arms, gentle engagement of the glutes, chest open, shoulders back. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale in. Exhale out of the mouth. Good, now we're going to lift the heels. We're going to bring the knees down. We're going to stay standing on the knees. You can fold in your mat or use a blanket to cushion the knees. If you have a block, you can bring a block between the inner thighs. We're going to invite in a nice front extension, a back bend, camel pose, Ustrasana. Knees hip width distance. If you have a block, you can bring it in between the thighs. Hands come onto the glutes here, just above, fingers facing down. So the hands will invite a downward action here. Draw the shoulders onto the back. Your hips will stay ideally in line with the knees. So there's a pushing down and coming forward here. Gentle engagement of the glutes to protect the low back, and we're going to lift up and out of the waist. Shoulders and elbows in. Your chin could stay down, or you can bare the throat here. Breathe into your chest, into your throat. When you feel like you're ready, imagine there's a string pulling you back up. You're going to sit back onto your heels. Bring the backs of the hands onto your thighs, palms up. Close your eyes, let yourself feel here. Now, if you're feeling good in the spot here with your eyes closed and the palms up, you can stay here. If you want to do a second round with me and maybe go a little deeper, you're welcome to come back to stand on the knees. Maybe you do the exact same variation. Maybe you tuck the toes under if that feels a little more steady. Maybe you release the hands toward the heels. So you go as far as it feels okay for you. Inviting in more inspiration in the body here, in our being. More openness, more love, and courage. When you feel like you're ready, imagine the string tied to your heart, someone's pulling you back up. We're going to sit back on our heels, palms up, close the eyes. With the palms up, we are receptive. Let yourself feel. Good. Now we're just going to bring our bum over to the right. Your legs go off to the left. We're going to prepare for a deer shape. So your right shin comes parallel to the top of the mat. Your right foot is flexed. So there's a right angle here in your right knee, and make a right angle with your left leg. So left foot is flexed, 2 right angles here. And then we'll take the left hand, hold on to your right ankle. Right hand is out to the side just to support you with a tall spine. And the idea is to open up the chest here. You might feel your left knee kind of grounding down and in, the left toe mound grounding down. You might feel some opening here in the left inner hip. It's a little different than folding forward. So I'm holding and almost like a gentle twist to the right. And then from here, you can stay here if you like this, or you can add in a twist. So you can twist over to the right a little more. If you have the space, your left forearm comes down to the ground, just in front of your right thigh. Your right arm just stays down here, and you're drawing your left elbow toward your body as you're twisting here and reaching your sternum forward. So it's not so much of a twist over to the right, it's more of a lengthening forward with the sternum and the heart. So you tune into your body and find your sweet spot as long as you're not feeling sharp pain. So it's a gentle twist. Just a couple more breaths. Now we'll come back to center and we'll take double stacked pigeon. So your right shin stays where it is and your left shin stacks on top of the right. So make sure your left ankle is not sickling here. I love to use a block because my hips get tight sometimes. If this is just not an option for your knees, you can always extend your right leg long and stay right here, or bend your right foot, your right knee, and your right foot plants down. This is a nice stretch for your hip as well. So here it's important to not force your way into the shape. Use props if you need. Ease off. Every day is different. So you can stay upright or you can start to invite in a fold. It's about 6 to 7 breaths here. Nice little hip opener. I wouldn't say little, it's quite big. And notice where you may be holding tension in the body. This is not to judge it, it's simply to bring more compassion to it, and using your exhales to find more softness. Good. If you're in a forward fold, you're going to make your way back upright. And whatever variation of the hip opener you're in, you'll just take deer pose on the other side. But before we do that, we'll just bend both knees. Hands behind us, just give ourselves a little windshield wipe, a little chest opening here. So just squeezing your shoulders back. And then we'll take it to the other side. So now the left shin comes parallel to the top of the mat, left ankle is flexed, and then right leg behind. 2 right ankles here, ankles flexed. You can take your right hand and hold on to your left ankle, left hand behind you to the side. So there's a grounding down of your right hip and right knee towards the mat, right big toe down. And a gentle twist, but more so a lengthening up, chest open. So we don't always have to go big to the extreme for it to be effective. Sometimes keeping it really simple is more potent. It's about the subtleties, connecting with your breath here. And if you're really enjoying this spot, you can stay here, or you can invite in that right forearm coming down to the left side. So your right forearm comes down. So this is a bit of a twist here. Left hand can stay. Your right arm comes into your body as your sternum lengthens forward. And then notice where you're holding or gripping. Can you find ease? Good. And then let's come out and come into our double stacked pigeon. So right ankle will clear the left thigh, both feet flexed, or your left leg extends out, or your left leg bends. Using props as you need here. You can always also lift your hips and prop them on a pillow or a blanket. That might help a bit as well. Either stay upright or play with finding a fold. Again, let the body unfurl naturally. Just loving your body in gratitude. Good. If you're in a fold, bring your chest back up. We'll do a gentle counter stretch. So bend your knees down, place your hands behind you, fingers facing toward you. Reverse tabletop, feet hip width distance. Lift the hips, push down through your thumb and pointer finger. It's a nice chest opener. Gently engaging the glutes. Either chin tucked in, or you can bring the head level with the spine. Slowly lower. Okay, make sure there's enough space behind you for when we roll down onto our backs. Now we're going to come into plow pose. If you don't want to do plow, that's all right. Just take your legs up to the sky, and maybe you place a pillow or a block under your tailbone, bony part above your glutes. If you're coming into plow, lift your hips up, and here you can keep the knees bent if you want it to be a little bit more soft. Maybe walk the shoulders in a little bit, or maybe you play with your legs coming towards the ground behind you, so you decide how intense you want to go. Just make sure the head stays straight. Maybe you interlace the hands behind you, walk the shoulders in, so you do what's best for your body in this moment. Each day is different. Make sure you can still talk. Not that you want to talk, but that's the indication. If you can still breathe and speak, then you know you're okay. If your hands are interlaced behind you, release them, and we're gonna slowly roll down. So your hands could hold your body if you'd like the whole way, or they can be on the ground. Nice and controlled. And we're just gonna extend the legs out long into Shavasana. So take up as much space here as you'd like. Maybe a little tuck in of the shoulders, a little wiggle of the hips. We'll close the eyes, release the breath, soften any expression on your face. Let your whole body rest here. This time is here for us to really reset, to rebalance, to rejuvenate, and ultimately to receive our practice and our efforts. All of the work we just did. There's nothing left for you to do. Let yourself be nourished here and bathe in your light. Noticing what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multidimensional being. And know that you always, always have access to this. You can slowly begin your return by deepening your breath. And start to awaken your body by bringing some movement back. Maybe your fingers, your toes, your ankles. You can extend your arms up overhead. Reach nice and long and tall. Bring your knees in toward you. Give yourself a good hug. And roll to one side. Rest on your side for a moment. In gratitude. And then we'll come up to a seat to close our practice together. We'll meet with our palms touching in front of our heart space, slight bow in of the chin. Taking this moment to pause. Because a pause is a chance, a choice, and an opportunity to not be swept away by momentum and habit. A pause is a moment where we could really connect our minds with our bodies and our hearts. Coming back to the intention that you may have set or dedication. Acknowledging it. Let yourself feel it. And let it radiate through your entire being and beyond. Thank you so much for your trust, for sharing your practice with me. From my heart to yours. Namaste.